So how far along are you now, really?
19 weeks.
19 weeks? 19 weeks ago, Scott wasn't even out of prison. I'm the father. All this time, and you never said a word.
Please.
Is the baby all right? That sounded pretty strong, right?
The baby's okay?
I believe so. I won't know anything for sure until I get the lab results back, but the fetal heart rate sounds good. And since you're well into your second trimester and there's no sign of bleeding, it's probably not a miscarriage.
But the cramping.
I suspect dehydration, but you haven't had any cramping since you've been admitted, so it's probably a good sign that the worst is over.
So what now?
Well, we'll start you on an IV to start the hydration process and keep drinking lots of water. And when we get the blood work back from the lab, we'll go over the results, okay? And if you have another cramp, hit the call button immediately.
I will, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank God she's all right.
Madison is 19 weeks pregnant.
What?
That's the correct number, right?
Yes.
Scott wasn't even out of prison 19 weeks ago.
Oh, my God.
So, the lie about Scott being the father, why didn't you just tell me?
I couldn't.
You couldn't?
I didn't know how.
It's not that hard.
It's impossible.
So tell me now, Madison, say the words.
You're the father. I wasn't trying to hurt you. I thought it would be better this way.
You thought it would be better keeping my child from me? How is that possibly better?
We broke up.
I still had a right to know.
You and Greenlee just got back together. You were happy. I didn't want to mess with that, okay? I didn't want to make you feel obligated.
I feel obligated. I would have felt like I wanted to help.
Exactly. That's the problem. You're a good guy, and you would have stepped up and tried to take this on.
Because it's my child.
It's my child. I've decided I'm going to raise her on my own.
Okay. What about Scott?
He's a friend.
I mean, like the big lie, him being the father. I mean, where did you even come up with that?
Remember when you found out that I was pregnant? Minutes before your wedding ceremony? It would have been the worst possible time to tell you, am I right?
It wouldn't have been great timing, no.
Right. Scott saw that I was in a hard spot, and he lied to help me.
Okay, so what about after the wedding? Like you're lying, like every day, lying to me every day. That's your solution.
It worked for me.
But it's not just you. There's another life here, a baby, a child. I mean, I can't believe you could lie to me about something so huge.
I didn't see another way.
My God, Madison, were you going to keep this from me forever?
Maybe.
Look, Scott lying to keep your secret isn't exactly a healthy support system.
I've had plenty of support. Look, something like this happens and you find out who's really there for you. I mean, Randy, Frankie, they've been great.
So, Randy and Frank, do they know that I'm the father?
It really doesn't make a difference.
Okay. Does anybody else know?
No.
Okay, look, I know that our breakup wasn't easy. I know I mean, I get that. I do. I get that. But we stayed friends, you know, and I told you from the very beginning if there was anything that you ever wanted or needed that you could come to me.
Right, like, can you come help me hang up a picture? And by the way, I'm pregnant? I don't think so. Ryan, when I found out about this, you and I were done. Well, just a little bit done. Never again kind of done. So, I needed to figure out what I wanted. I didn't even know if I wanted the baby or not. I just needed time to think, to make sure that I was making the right decision.
Well, I'm glad you chose to keep her.
I'll admit I wasn't sure. But then I almost lost the baby and made me realize that I do want her. That I love her already.
You never thought to tell me?
Of course I did. Of course I did. Every time I saw you, I wanted to.
You could have trusted me,
It's
Madison.
not that I didn't trust you. I just needed... to make this decision for myself. And I decided that I'm not only going to keep the baby, I'm going to raise her on my own.
Well, I think you'll be a great mom.
So, now what?
Now you go and bring Emma home. I get out of here, I go back to work, I live my life.
Okay, there's got to be something...
Your daughter needs you.
And I am going to find Emma and bring her home, but this is my child too, Madison.
Please don't be angry.
I'm not... I'm trying to wrap my head around all this. I mean, I have one child missing, and now I find out I've got another child on the way.
Good news, Miss North. The results confirm that the baby is fine, and it's likely just dehydration.
Thank God. Hey, could you leave me alone for a little while? I just think I need to focus right now.
Yeah, sure, I'll be in touch. Good. Hey, what happened? Are you all right?
I'm fine, and so's the baby.
Are they, Doc? Are they all right?
They are. Well, once we get your electrolytes where they should be, I'll discharge you, all right?
Thank you, Dr. Kim.
You're welcome.
I mean, what happened? I mean, one minute you're in Boston, the next you're here. Are you sure you're all right? Well, I mean, what's going on? You heard the doctor? She said you're gonna be okay.
Brian knows. Brian knows that the baby is his. As much as I didn't want Ryan to know, when he's standing there staring at me, looking for answers.
You okay?
I guess, in some ways, it's a relief. We don't have to lie anymore. Of course, I have no idea what to do next.
Yeah, I'm just glad you and the baby you're okay.
Well, now that Ryan knows the truth, you can live your life. You're off the baby daddy hook.
I just cannot believe that Madison has been pregnant all this time with my child and she hasn't said anything. I mean, I can't even imagine how you feel about all this.
I'm fine. It's you I'm worried about.
I mean, I definitely should have figured this out. The timing, really, that she sleeps with Scott out of nowhere like that. The clues were obviously slamming me in the face. I should definitely have figured this out, and now months have gone by.
Don't beat yourself up over this.
I really thought I knew Madison better than this. I mean, lying to me is one thing, you know, but when a child is involved...
There's something you should know.
It's the FBI. This is Ryan. Well, thanks for the offer, but no thanks. I like being on this hook.
It's too much to ask.
Too much? Are you kidding me? Madison, I am not gonna let you go.
Because I need your half of the rent.
What'd they say? Any word on Emma?
No, they were checking in with me to see if I'd heard anything.
I'm sorry.
You were gonna say something? You were gonna tell me something?
About the baby. Don't blame yourself for not realizing it was yours. I mean, Madison didn't want you to know. She was very convincing.
How could she cut me out of my own child's life? I mean, this girl would have grown up in front of my eyes, and I would have never known the truth. Thank God for you. Thank God for you. I don't know how I would get through any of this stuff without you.
And we'll get through it. All of it. Whatever you need, I'm here. Always.